Alright, welcome to day 21 of this journey. Today we're going to the Ferrari Museum, and after that we're heading to Pisa to see the Pisa Tower, and then we're continuing to go south, probably, a third of the way to Rome. I still have some places to see on the way to Rome, but we will get to Rome tomorrow, I think. And after that we're heading to Naples, and then it's 1 or 2 days until Sicily. So basically we're 4 or 5 days away off the end of the journey. In any case, Italy must be visited a little bit differently than on the motorcycle. As you noticed from the previous countries that I went to, I stopped at some locations and then I kinda saw the country on the way. Italy is a little bit different. There's basically nothing to see on the highway or on the roads. You gotta stop in each of the big cities, right? So each city has a different main dish, the different unique tourist attractions. So there's like, if in Austria I can stop at like 3-4 locations in Austria in general is the same, then in Italy each city is a little bit different. Alright, to explain, there are basically, I think, 3 kinda-ish museums for Ferrari. 2 are museums and 1 is the factory tour. We're not going to be doing the factory tour, but we're going to be going to both the Ferrari museums. One is this one, Museo Enzo Ferrari in Modena, and the other one is Museo Ferrari in Maranello. So we entered this exhibition hall, which looks a little bit like this. So let's go check out the cars. These are the turbo engines over here. So many different years, right? So we're going from the newer ones to the older ones. This is 1994, and these are V12 engines, like I showed before. So 1973 over here to 2017. Here at the end of the table. Right, so that was the first building of the first museum. Alright, so we've reached the other building. It looks like there's the factory here as well. And that's the museum we're going to, so we're not going to the factory. This building, this part of the museum, or maybe this completely separate, I'm not sure, but basically this museum, this Ferrari museum, was around 25 minutes away from the other one. And this is the famous F40. Which was built on the orders of Enzo Ferrari for the 40th anniversary of the company, and this literally symbolizes this category of cars. And in total there have been only 1,311 cars like this produced ever. And it stayed in production until 1992. As you can see, this is 1987 model of F. And this is the brother F50, newer version of course. Beautiful as well. Alright, and this is another important car presented in 2002, inspired by Formula One cars, as you can see by the front of the car itself. And what's interesting is that this car was only available to those who already have 5 Ferrari cars in their garage. So not for everyone to buy. Of course, Ferrari, starting from the 1940s, was very well known for tailor-made cars. So it was not just, you know, luxury materials or what materials they use, but it was also the combination of these materials, combination of colors, and that's what you saw in the previous room with the colors and threads and everything. So you could actually order these tailor-made cars, and later you could even order one-off cars, really special cars that were only available to specific clients. So it's all about custom made. So these are all the Formula One models, starting from 1949 over there. Actually 1936, going down and up and up and down. As you can see, it had this particular shape here in 1950s. Then 1970s they changed the shape a little bit again, while the modern shape that we all see in the Formula One right now only showed up, as you can see, 1980s, 1990s. So it's only later that this new shape came along. And of course 2019 is the last one over here. This is how a command bridge looks like during the race. Alright, so that was the Ferrari Museum number 2 here in Maranello. And by the way, parked my bike basically like a car. And the guys at the Ferrari Museum gave me the tape. So I could feel what it's like to be a car. Parking receipt. The Pisa Tower is there, you can actually see it from here. It's probably very small on video, but you can. So welcome to the Pisa Tower. For those of you who don't know, the tower was completed in 1372. And actually it started leaning already from the very beginning, from 12th century, because of soft ground underneath it, and it just couldn't hold the weight of the tower itself. It's, I think, 55 meters tall, so it's actually pretty big, it's true. Anyway, let me show you some shots. So that was a 5-minute stop here near the Tower of Pisa, and now we're gonna continue our ride south. We will stay around 10 kilometers from a city called Siena, and I've just booked a hotel there. And tomorrow, well, you'll see tomorrow. See you at the hotel. Alright, I'm at the hotel. This hotel is called La Loggia Villa Gloria. And this is the room and the toilet. But what is pretty cool is that they have several buildings over here, and it's located in this beautiful city. Around 10 kilometers north of Siena.